So, hello everyone, this is June 26, 2022, the Hindu daily edition on the Sunday. So, definitely we'll have a science and technology page today, for which we get a separate video lecture, right? So, as usual, we'll begin by identifying the most important news, followed by a detailed analysis of the same. So, stay tuned, and before going into that, let me first give you answer of yesterday's question. So, yesterday we had these three places to identify. One was Kalsi, other was Shohgura, and one more was Kalsi, Shohgura, and I think one was Maski. Okay, so these are all Ashokan inscription. Okay, inscription. Oh, I'll show you a map so that you better understand it. Kalsi inscription. Okay, and it is on map. Let me show you map. In images we can get it right. Okay, this would be great. What is this? No, this is not the thing I'm searching for. Site of Ashokan clear. Okay, so you see here is Kalsi. You can see Kalsi. What is this happening to this? Okay, here is your, look, here is your Kalsi. It is in Uttarakhand region, right? So Kalsi is in Uttarakhand. Shohgura, it is a copper plate inscription of Chandragupta Maurya, and it shows what? It shows only one. It shows actions to be taken during famines. Okay. Therefore, promoted food conservation, preservation, whatever you say. Okay. Fine. And this Maski, it is a inscription, right? And it is Ashokan inscription, of course, which has name of Ashoka on it. Okay, I'll show you on the map where it is. It is in here. Look, you can see Maski here. Okay, you see the Maski script here, Maski. So it is in Karnataka, right? So it is in Karnataka. Fine. So we have these three yesterday. Now I want you today. Today is 26th, 6/22, and I want you to identify Thal Ghat, Bhor Ghat, and Pal Ghat on map of India, right? So you identify it for tomorrow and you write it down in the comment box. And now let's move further and identify the most important news. So obviously it was known. I yesterday only said that it is a masterstroke. So Pakistan opposed move to hold events linked to G20 in Jammu and Kashmir. Fine. Okay. Scientist warns of Zika spread. Okay. Air fare sting, no low cost flights in sky. Now we'll be seeing this infographic first. If required, we'll go inside it. Let's see what we have today. Nothing here. Nothing here. Sterlite plant problem could impact the investor confidence, not require. Okay. It is first patient of animal hospice in Wayanad. What is this? I don't understand. I have to see this. On regional red list of, but yes, Kerala had its own bird atlas, so it can have it red list now. Okay. Okay, then we don't have anything here. Okay, we'll do this very briefly. Okay. leave the army. Hura says okay. Okay. Not spending money on Maharashtra MLA. Salt sector crisis pinches livelihood of. Okay, we'll do this. Okay. We'll do this very briefly. Case 2 Oslo terror attack, Zai to attend. Okay, no, nothing here. Okay. Okay, the entire science and technology page is important, right? Now we have to see this anti-defection law thing. It is very important. Deficit in some and excellent. Okay, we'll do this also. Extreme weather. What is new on this page? I have not seen. It is FAQ. FAQ page is also very interesting nowadays. The rollback. Okay, we'll do this also. We'll try to understand what is this judgment all about. Okay. Okay. Compensation is extended till year 26. Okay, this was expected. Fine. Focal point for innovation. I think 5G will be more better inclined toward enterprises and industries than homes. Okay, because 5G is just a modification of 4G. We'll do this also due to everything. So this is the sport page. As usual, we don't have much important news here. Let's see if anything else is. Troubled water news in frames. Let's see what is economic crisis of Sri Lanka. Right. This is very problematic in the world that one or other countries are facing economic crisis every now and then. Okay, so they should not be there. Right. Now let's see. We have identified the things, right? Now we'll go and analyze each of them one by one. Okay, so there was nothing out here on this page, nothing on this page, nothing on this page. Let's see, nothing on this page also. On this page also there was one news. I think it has two news. One was this Kerala news, one more news was there. Yes, first, yes, here it is. First patient of animal hospice in Wayanad sanctuary convalescing. Injured tiger was captured from human settlement. Okay, so an injured tiger, the first animal which was admitted to an animal hospice, hospital kind of, and palliative care unit for big cats in Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. So this is palliative care for unit for big cat is there in Wayanad. So prelims can have this statement. Okay, Wildlife Sanctuary is recovering soon. Aged around 12, it was captured from March 9. Okay, then all the efforts of forest personnel to send it back into the forest has gone in vain. Veterinarians captured the animal by firing tranquilizer darts. Later, predator was shifted to animal hospice and palliative care unit for treatment. The animal has an injury on joint of its right forelimb, which apparently sustained after fight with another big cat. The wound has healed 90% and it would recover fully in few days. We are giving the tiger 7 kg of beef or chicken every alternate day mixed with medicine. Doctor said the animal is healthy and active, but its hunting capacity is yet to be restored. Moreover, one of its canines was broken, he added. The life expectancy of tiger in its habitat is nearly 12 years, and age the animal has already reached. If the tiger is released into wild, the chance of conflict with another tiger for territory is very high. Once it recovers, it would either be shifted to zoo or to the wild, as per directive of Chief Wildlife Warden. Okay, now let's see the next news. Kerala to have its own regional red list of birds. Look, Kerala was the first state to have bird atlas. Okay, so it has its own bird atlas. Now based on this atlas, it can have its red list of birds, right? There are 35 threatened birds in the state. Kerala will soon have its own red list. Kerala Bird Monitoring Collective led by Kerala Agriculture University and Bird Count India will conduct these things. Once it gets ready, Kerala will be the first state to have region specific red list. Assessment will be done on basis of IUCN guidelines. What we have now is global IUCN red list, but there are limitations for the global assessment as it is process prepared in global context. A species common at global level may be threatened. Okay, this is a good point. A species at regional level. The regional Red list assessment also being conducted according to IUCN guidelines. The IUCN guidelines for preparing red list have five major main criteria. The population size reduction measured over 10 years or 3 generations is one of the major guidelines. Geographic range on basis of extent of occurrence of area occupancy is another. Small population size and decline, very small or restricted population, and quantitative analysis indicating probability of extinction in wild or other criteria, right? So 3-4 criteria are given. Just know it if we have to discuss regarding extinction of a species or something like that, biodiversity extinction. So these points can come handy. According to global IUCN list, Kerala has 35 certain species. In that, red-headed vulture, white-rumped vulture, critically endangered. Eager, Banasura, Chillapan and Nilgiri Chillapan are endangered and 11 species are vulnerable. These lists are according to global assessment. Fine. The Kerala Bird Monitoring Collective is planning to prepare a red list for the state in a year. Okay. We already have a good amount of data on basis of Kerala Bird Atlas. What I said, there's a bird atlas in Kerala, right? So this is how news are interlinked to each other. Okay. First bird atlas was prepared. Now this red list will be prepared. After that, conservation practices can be better planned and implemented. Okay. Conducted as citizens science driven exercise, okay, with participation of over 1000 volunteers of bird watching community. The atlas prepared between 15 and 20 provides a solid baseline data about distribution and abundance of various species. Find the Kerala bird atlas accounts for nearly 3 lakh record of 361 species, including 94 very rare species, 103 rare species, 110 common species, and 44 very common species, and 10 most abundant species. According to the atlas, most of the endemics are concentrated in Western Ghats, while threatened species sited mostly along the coast. Okay, so this is an observation. You can obviously understand it that endemics will be concentrated along Western Ghats. Why? One, tribal region is there. Second, the ecosystem there is very fragile. And third, the developmental activity in the region are making things endemic, right? Okay, let's see the other news. Hasina opens Padma multi-purpose bridge. Okay, so why she has India lots Bangladesh PM initiative. The government of India has congratulated Bangladesh on completion of Padma multi-purpose bridge. Indian High Commission in Dhaka said that infrastructure project illustrated her bold decision making ability. Okay. Has India participated in it or not? I just want to know. Internal connectivity of Bangladesh but also improve trade and logistics between India and Bangladesh. Okay, trade and logistics between India and Bangladesh. The bridge will play an important role in improving bilateral relations. Okay, biggest infrastructure project is inaugurated. Okay. India's extended unwavering support when Bangladesh decided to self-finance the construction of the project. Okay, so it is self-financed. Declared of the official statement. Okay, bridge will connect at this 20 district and all those things. Prime Minister of Pakistan to send a congratulatory message. Okay. They always sing Dil Mein Hai Pakistan. However, in a speech delivered on Friday, Prime Minister Hasina, however, said that the principal opposition BNP is linked with Pakistan. They always say Dil Mein Hai Pakistan, so it is obvious that they do not want prosperity. Okay. This is politics, not required. Okay. Juvenile Justice Act amendment may backfire. Experts say making this crime non-cognizable will have discouraging effect. Okay. Give it a read. Mostly it is child issue. You have everything there. Notes are sufficient for this part, right? And if not, then we'll use that Vision or some other magazine, right? Salt sector crisis. It's a big problem now. Okay, where it is forming? Kutch near Patadi. Oh, I have been at this place, right? For some time of my life, I was there in Bhuj, Kutch, and this I have seen these things while traveling to the place of my work, right? Salt sector crisis pinches livelihood of lakhs, while farmers suffers due to lack of MSP. Okay, lack of MSP is one of the reasons. Workers are in distress for want of wages, system, and security. Okay, started career salt inspector. After spending 19 months in the government, he was attracted towards the salt cooperative. Okay, trained Mr. Rawal for Sabarmati Salt Farm Society. All those things. Initially, society was okay. Everything is there. There are non cost of living about 5 lakh people. Inside, okay, at moment farmer earns just see 250 to 300 for a ton of salt. 100 kg of salt just cost 250 means 2.5 rupees a kg. Is it? Or 3 rupees a kg? Okay, fluctuating. Gujarat produces 28.5, almost 30 million tons of salt a year. 80% of the country. While farmers are facing low prices as there is no MSP, workers are in distress due to lack of proper system for wages and social security. So two things are there. One, There is no MSP. 2, with regards to worker, there are again two problems. One is lack of proper waste system, and second is lack of social security. There are about 12,800 salt processing unit in Gujarat coastal belt, out of which only 119 are considered minimum and all. Okay. That neglect continued, India may lose its position in world third largest producer of salt. Okay, India is world third largest producer of salt. The laws that govern the industry are okay, either from seawater or from subsoil. Water, the production units of farmers say that all the laws pertaining to industries are applicable to salt production, even though the production is done through simple solar evaporation. So one thing is there that salt laws pertaining to industry are applicable to salt production, means they are saying that salt is a industry, not a agricultural thing, right? As of now, demand and supply are almost same. We produce 36 million ton of salt, and demand include for export and all those things are there. Mr. Ramchandran, trade union leader working among and all those things. Most of them are migrant worker cooperative. Okay, fine. So 3-4 points are there. 1, laws archaic. Okay, wages not systematic. Social security 0. MSP not available. Considered industry. So these 5 points are there. Okay, fine. Udaipur World Village to be declared a wetland. The two lakes Brahma and Dhand plays host to large number of migratory bird in winter season. Okay, so Brahma and Dhand, recognized as bird village following community driven conservation of a mineral in Udaipur district, is said to be notified as Rajasthan new wetland. Udaipur district, okay, new wetland. This will pave the path for getting Ramsar site status. The two lakes in the village Brahma and Dhand play host to large number of the state government forest and all those things are there. Okay, activities there is highly expectation. Okay, nothing else, and all those are data that are not required. Okay, just know this. Why I'm saying this? Because there is a chance that these two or these minor, any of them can come in a match the following type. Match the following type question, right? In UPSC CSE 2023. Why I'm saying this? Because now they are being declared. They have not been yet declared. They are being declared. Okay, set to be declared, right? So after 1 month or 2 months, we'll get the news about it, and then after 1 or 2 months, it will do what? It will just go for Ramsar site status, and then again we'll have that thing, right? Okay, let's see if anything else is left. Science and tech page, you all know that we do separately. Now this FAQ page is very important. So we'll be dealing with anti-defection law today, right? Has the anti-defection law failed in India? What developments in Maharashtra? What do development in Maharashtra and earlier in other states say about its efficacy? Maharashtra is in throes of a constitutional crisis. Many ruling Shiv Sena legislators who seem to have revolted against the leadership of Chief Minister are now holed up in a hotel in distant Guwahati to keep out of reach of party leader. Their travel to Guwahati via Surat seems to have been facilitated by BJP, the ruling party in Gujarat and Assam. All indicators are that there is a planned mass defection underway, so that an alternative regime that includes BJP is formed in the state. Okay, isn't there a law against such defection? The 10th schedule of Constitution, commonly known as the Anti-Defection Law, was introduced in 1985 with a view to curb the tendency among the legislature to switch loyalties from one party to another and facilitate toppling of regimes and formation of new one. It provides for the presiding officer of the legislature to disqualify any defector on a petition by another member. So there are two things here, that presiding officer will decide if and only if there is a petition by any other member, right? The law contemplates two kinds of defection: by a member voluntarily giving up the membership of the party on whose symbol he got elected, and second, by a member violating the direction issued by the party to vote in a particular way or abstaining from voting. While the voting contrary to party whip is quite a straightforward instance of defection, the other mode of defection has proved to be a source of dispute and litigation. A member voluntarily giving up its membership does not refer to a simple resignation letter and formally joining other party. Okay, it is often an inference drawn by the party that loses a member to another based on a legislature's conduct. The Supreme Court has also ruled the voluntary giving up of membership can be inferred from the conduct of the person. Okay, so it is that, say if a person has not given this resignation, right, but still it is conducting in such a manner that it is anti to the party on whose ticket he was elected. So Supreme Court has said that that also accounts to voluntary giving up the membership. How do the MLA plan to avoid disqualification? The Shiv Sena has 55 members in Maharashtra Assembly. Eknath Shinde, who leads the rebel group, claims that he has 40 MLA with him, but the figure may include independents. The group may claim to be real Shiv Sena and seek to expel the current leadership. As a legal defense, they may invoke paragraph 4 of 10th schedule, under which disqualification on account of defection will not apply in case of merger. Disqualification on account of defection will not apply in case of merger of one party with another. However, there is a rider. There is a deemed merger only if, okay, 2/3 of the party's strength agrees to the merger. In Maharashtra, the rebel group will need to have 37 MLA to make the claim that they constitute 2/3 of the legislature party. However, it remains to be seen if deputy speaker, the speaker office is vacant, oh my god, initially, and then the law, if the deputy speaker initially and then the law court will recognize such a merger. Okay, then two things are there. The merger has to be recognized by first deputy speaker and maybe after that by law courts. Why? Because they will go against it. Disqualification proceedings have already been initiated against some of them. Originally, the 10th schedule had spoken a spirit of a split in legislature party as an exception to the disqualification rule. That is, if 1/3 of the legislature party leaves it or joins another party, it amounts to split, and such a member would not attract disqualification. So split is what? 1/3, and merger is what? 2/3. Okay, it is given there above. Okay, this proved to be an escape clause for legislature to form a group that amounted to 1/3 of the legislature party total strength and then crossover. Paragraph 3, which allowed the use of a split to avoid disqualification for defection, was deleted by Constitution 91st Amendment Act 2003. Okay, and here it was written, paragraph 4 of 10th schedule. Okay, defection will not apply in case of merger of one party. So paragraph 3, which talks about this thing, a split, was deleted, and now only paragraph 4 remains, where 2/3 of them should, which talks about merger, right? How foolproof is this plan? It remains to be seen that if the defectors will get away by using merger argument. Okay, paragraph 4. In recent instances, the Bombay High Court at Goa ruled in favor of MLA who had defected from Congress to BJP in Goa. The court noted that they satisfied the 2/3 requirement for demerger and ruled that they were exempted from disqualification. The Congress has appealed to Supreme Court. The main ground of appeal is that the court should not have accepted the existence of merger, as merger envisaged in paragraph 4 of 10th schedule is a two-step process under which one political party first merges with another and then the legislature accepts the merger. In absence of the merger of the party, the mere fact that 2/3 of the MLA crossed over to the other party does not save them from disqualification. Okay, so this is the debate. Okay. In similar case in Meghalaya, the speaker recognized as a merger the crossover of 12 Congress MLA out of total 17 Trinamool Congress and refused to disqualify them. The Supreme Court may have to adjudicate whether the actual merger is a condition precedent for bringing into play deemed friction of a merger after 2/3 of the party legislature crosses over. It says that, what is the debate? The debate is that this merger is a two-step process according to the prosecutors, not prosecutor, according to the say here in the first party, here Congress, right? They have alleged that party, para 4 says that this merger is a two-step process in which the political party first accepts the merger and then the members of the political party accept the merger. It is not that just the member has accepted, that means the merger has been done, right? So in that sense it is saying. So it is for the Supreme Court to adjudicate on this matter, right? Does the 10th schedule mean anything? This brings us to the question whether the Anti-Defection Law has been rendered meaningless by various events. What was introduced as a panacea for means of road crossing and toppling the electoral regimes by engineering defection has proved largely ineffective in many cases. Recent instances give an idea of various ploys adopted by party legislature and speakers to evade the law against defection to achieve partisan political ends. The most common these days is for ruling party with big majority to poach the main opposition party without any regard to the Anti-Defection Law. When the aggrieved party moves for disqualification, speaker choose not to act. Okay, thus formalizing the defection. In Manipur, for instance, 7 Congress MLA joined BJP shortly after 2017 election and one of them became minister too. However, speaker did not act on petition to disqualify the minister for over 2 years. Okay, in 2020, Supreme Court directed the speaker to dispose the matter within 4 weeks. As the speaker passed no order even long after the deadline, the court invoked extraordinary power to remove the minister concerned from the cabinet and barred him from entering the assembly. The opposition member have crossed over to the ruling party in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in large number in recent years, but did not suffer disqualification. In Karnataka, a group of BJP rebelled against the then Chief Minister Yadurappa made governor to express their resentment among his continuation in the office and sought a constitutional process to be initiated. The Speaker subsequently disqualified them on the ground of their action of meeting the governor amounted to voluntary giving of their membership. However, the Supreme Court untimely set aside their disqualification on procedural ground. They were not given sufficient time to file the replies and were not given advance copies of the material relied upon by the Speaker. In the attempt to capitalize on this precedent, a group of AIDMK MLAs revolted against Chief Minister Palaniswamy in 2017 and met the governor seeking similar constitutional process against it. The Speaker disqualified them as voluntary giving of the membership of the party, which has faced them as a candidate. However, Madras High Court by a 2-1 majority upheld the disqualification. Oh my God. Okay. Those facts were similar to the development of Karnataka. The High Court was of the view that there was nothing unreasonable or preserved in the Speaker coming to the conclusion from MLA conduct that they were okay. In 2019, one saw the spectacle of some members submitting a resignation letter after escape disqualification proceeding while the Speaker questioned the voluntariness and motive behind the resignation. Defection through resignation became a thing suddenly. The Supreme Court ultimately ruled that a Speaker has authority to verify if a resignation is voluntary and genuine, but it is constitutionally impermissible for the Speaker to take into account extraneous factor which considered while considering resignation. In other words, once it is clear that a member is resigning out of free will, the Speaker is bound to accept it. As defection continues unabated and Speaker refrains from acting on this development based on their political loyalty, there is a strong case of reforms in the Anti-Defection Law. Okay. Defining merger clause, shifting the adjudicatory power from Speaker to some other credible authority, and even dispensing wholly with the law are measures that jurists have suggested. No, I don't see eye to eye with this. Okay, you just get one more body for that for decision, and that body will again be a kind of used by the government in hand, like Speaker is being used in many of the above cases, right? So it is not like that. The given infrastructure is sufficient enough. The only thing needed is a proper implementation in letter and spirit, right? Some believe that anti-defection law should be scrapped as it enslaves the members of their party line, prevents them from representing their constituents and people, and violates the freedom of expression. This is also not correct. Now every another day they will go on the principle of Ayaram and Gayaram, and what we'll have is a very unstable government. That is not at all required. Anti-defection law is needed. I think the present infrastructure is more or less good. Only thing is that we need ethical implementation of the things. But in today's world, ethics seems more on paper than in practical, right? So we have learned 2-3 things here. Paragraph 3 has been scrapped. Paragraph 4, as it is concerned, remains, and it remains the main. Paragraph 4, which is related to what? Merger, remains disputed. Para 3 scrapped. 91st Amendment Act. Okay, 2 things are there, and third thing is Speaker decides on petition, and the courts also decide if approached. Okay, so these things have come out here. Fine. Let's see this monsoon thing. What accounts for deficit in some area and excess rainfall in Assam in this monsoon, right? So Assam has received excess. Now, how has monsoon been this year? The country received 2% less rain this year than it usually does between June 1 and 23. The total rainfall was brought down by 34% over central India and 15% over peninsular India, compared to 32% more received in east and northeast and 7% more in northwest. According to IMD, the rain deficiency private forecast on all those things in there 4% till now. Okay. What factor determined rainfall pattern? Let me read this one. According to IMD, Assam received 41% above normal rainfall during pre-monsoon season and 71% more than normal rainfall from 25 up to 25 June, unlikely the previous year. Assam, which received rainfall beyond the June-September monsoon phase, does not always get above normal or excess rain. But this year, according to IMD, it received 41% above normal, and it has received 71% more than normal rainfall till June 25. A 2018 study conducted by Pune-based revealed that the state has been witnessing significant decreasing trend in average monsoon rainfall since 1870, while experiencing sudden downpour days leading to frequent flooding. Okay, so erraticness observed. It found that the average rainfall deficiency was 5.95 mm per decade between these things. A 2017 study published said Assam's valley experienced both excessive and insufficient rainfall from time to time due to ecological and climatic difference from one place to another. Climate change is said to have increased the water and surface temperature of the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal up to 2 degrees Celsius. Okay, climate change has also increased the temperature, causing frequent formation of low pressure areas and cyclonic circulation, resulting in heavy rain. A recent study by Indian Institute of Technology Guwahati said aerosols, including black carbon released by biomass burning, influence of western part of northeast India. Okay, so this is also black carbon released by biomass burning is also one condition. Rising black carbon emission, it said, lead to decrease in low intensity rainfall by pushing severe rain. Fine. Why was monsoon late this year? The seasonal monsoon winds are extremely complex and intricate combination of physical processes that operate not only in atmosphere but also involve land and ocean in India. June 1 is regarded as date of arrival of monsoon, which accounts for 80% of the rainfall in the country. The monsoon landed early in Kerala this year, but it turned sluggish on western branch upward journey. But if central India suffered a deficit, the east and north part battled a diametrically opposite problem, leading to widespread flood in Assam and Meghalaya. Historically, June rainfall is patchy and contributes less than 18% of total monsoon rainfall. The key monsoon months are July and August, and they bring nearly two-thirds of the monsoon rains. The most important synoptic disturbance during the monsoon of India are disturbances, low depression, etc., forming mostly over Bay of Bengal, and all those things are there, which affect monsoon are position of offshore trough and vortex along the coast of India, La Nina, El Nino, okay, IOD and MJO. Okay, so it is obviously these are the general monsoon notes. Get your geography copy, GS copy, and you read all those things. It is there. The rollback impact on women. 1973 General Right of Abortion. The U.S. Supreme Court on Friday ended the constitutional right to abortion, overturning the landmark 1973 decision that enshrined a woman's right to her body. Its ruling that conservative-dominated Supreme Court said the Constitution does not confer a right to abortion, and the authority to regulate abortion is returned to the people and their elected representative. Okay. Echoed a draft opinion leaked in early May, claiming that the Supreme Court would vote to strike down the right to abortion. Also overturned on Friday was Planned Parenthood versus Chasey 1992 case that upheld Roe. While anti-abortionists led by former President Donald Trump cheered the judgment, the pro-choice advocates women's rights body decided the move, calling it horrifying decision with devastating consequences. Okay. According to this institute, an abortion right advocacy research group, 26 states are certainly likely to ban abortion, and at least 13 will have the ban come into effect quickly. Okay. Look, this matter, if considered, India already has a rule book based abortion thing, right? That after particular weeks, abortion cannot be done. In this particular time span, abortion can be done, but for that also in many of the hospital consent, along with consent of the women, the consent of the husband or any guardian is needed. So considering all those things, it seems that women are still not free. It feels like that. Okay, I personally do not agree with this judgment, but one thing I would like to say that, so it is Supreme Court of USA, so people of USA should be more concerned. It is law of their land. Our law of land is a bit different. That seems to be more progressive than this. Yes, there are catches in that also, there are loopholes in that also, but yes, it is more progressive than this. Okay, fine. And GST compensation extended till 26. The levy in luxury demerit goods will be collected 4 more years till 26 to repay the borrowings. Okay, this was expected. Fine, you know this GST compensation such kind of thing is there, right? And it helps to do what? It helps. Look, it is collected from cess on sin and luxury goods, right? Then it is what we say, credited to Consolidated Fund of India, then credited to GST. Look, this is a cess, so it will be credited, then GST compensation fund, and then distributed among states, right? It was there for 5 years. That is, look, in 2017 GST came to 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So it was to be end by 2022. It was ending begin. Okay, and this is end, right? So it is now for 4 extended for 4 more years. Now what will happen? So it is collection will take until 26. Why this hasn't done? Because pandemic led to GST compensation cess issue. I've explained this many times. Okay, you just look at the videos. Okay, GST compensation cess issue, and thus there was this liquidity plan. Okay, 2 things were offered, right? The first thing was selected by state. where its borrowing limits were increased and all those things were there. To compensate for this or to get these things into proper picture, 2026 deadline has been taken, and thus it has been extended till that date. Okay, fine. Duty over for cotton import likely to lapse on September 30. The center is unlikely to continue the import duty exemption for cotton beyond September 30. Okay, so there has been an import duty exemption now, which will be lost. Fine. Now it will deemed not to exist after 20 September 30, right? So with this, I think we have come to end, right? This is the Ireland series. Ireland versus India first T20 I start today at 8 p.m. onwards. Okay, right. So with this, we come to end of today's newspaper analysis. I hope you like it. But before going and ending this session, I will urge you to subscribe the channel, like, share, and comment. Okay, you have to comment the answer and you have to comment your views, right? So with this, I am taking your leave and ending today's session. I hope you like it, you enjoyed it, you learned from it. So till we meet again, keep studying hard and Jai Hind. Cut. So friends, I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe our channel and share this video with your friend. Follow us on Telegram as well. Also, keep studying hard, keep following your dreams, and keep tuned to our channel. Comment below for any suggestion. Till then, goodbye, good luck, keep studying hard.